The amount of people getting upset with this is legitimately hilarious. Like, people are actively dropping the show, dropping the game, uninstalling the game because of this man doing a little bit of toe sucking. And from what I can gather, to clarify, apparently if he did not do this, the world would have ended or something. And I guess I should go into that first. So, I want to be blunt with you. I have not watched the anime of Blue Archive. I have not played the game of Blue Archive. And I saw this all on my feed this morning and all day yesterday when this episode aired, and people were really just like up in arms about this, being like, really, they aired this, etc. And I'm just looking at them like, in all honesty, this is hilarious, and just seeing people's overall reactions to it, it makes me want to dive into Blue Archive. Like, I think I'm going to dedicate some time very soon to catching up and watching Blue Archive. I did a little bit of research. Apparently it's going to have like 12 episodes, so, you know, the last episode's going to be coming out in like a week from now, or a few days, like 5 or so days from now, so it's not that, you know, long until the series ends, but I guess, you know, I'm probably going to be watching this anime in the next few days before the Elden Ring DLC comes out. But getting back on topic, though, a lot of people are legitimately upset about this, and I'm just like, dude, you have people that are legitimately saying stuff like this, like saying, what is wrong with Blue Archive and all that, it can't get any worse than this. I'm like, bro, this is legitimately just super tame content. Like, if we're wanting to compare it to something as of late, like, let's look at Chainsaw Man, okay? I mean, Chainsaw Man speaks for itself. And I'm just like, people getting this upset about a dude literally grabbing her foot and being like, I'm just gonna suck on some toes, and it doesn't really even show it fully. It implies it. It's clear that he did it. It's just, I don't know how he got to this point to where it's like any form of sexual content is deemed like demonic, but like you can have straight up violence, you know, gore, etc. That is completely fine. I don't know what has happened in this latest newcomers of like anime, like this latest generation of anime fans, but it's like, seriously, if you really are this upset about that, do not go back and watch anime from like the early 2010s to 2000s, 1990s, etc., because it'll straight up make you absolutely sick in your stomach if this is literally what makes you sick, because stuff back then was even more unhinged than some of the stuff we get nowadays. It was full-blown uncensored stuff that they would air all the time. I mean, I can think of quite a few, honestly, that comes to mind. Like, if anyone remembers Shuffle, oh my goodness, Shuffle was a wild one. Oh my goddess as well. Glove Hina, you know, I don't know, I just don't know how stuff like this really has caused people to just get up in arms and upset. But if there is one thing that this reaction has obviously caused, it's caused a lot of attention and a lot of people to really talk about the show. According to, you know, stats and all that, apparently the latest episode, thanks to the toad-sucking scene, it is the highest rated episode for Blue Archive, which is just... That's funny. That is actually funny. I think if there's one thing this definitely shows, it's that the people that are having this outcry of anger towards, like, any form of content like this is definitely in the minority. They're just very loud and easy to see and spot, but overall, they're not necessarily the main actual community that is supporting the said series. So it's pretty interesting to see the actual stats really just explain that people legitimately did enjoy the episode. Now, to be fair, I mean, I definitely could see now why people have recommended me this show. Apparently it seems to be really fun and all that. I don't know if I'll ever play the game, because it's like, I'm not a big fan of like gacha games, I want to be blunt. It's not that, you know, they're bad. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm not. I'm not a big fan of that type of game. I'm really not. And I know they have quality stories, etc. I know they do, but it's just never been something I wanted to do, especially playing on my mobile, etc. So that's usually why I've always kind of stayed clear of them. But for the most part, though, I'm definitely probably going to watch this anime in the next few days. Besides that, I didn't really know much about the plot, but from what I can gather, what people were telling me about this sequence is that apparently he, the main character, needed to save someone or save the world or something, and if he did not do this, like if he legitimately did not suck her toes, the world would end or something. Like it would be a bad timeline or something. And I'm just like, are you telling me that a man had to actually suck on someone's foot just to be able to save the world? That's actually, that's pretty based. Like, that's funny, that's based, and I respect, massive respect to this show for even doing something like this. Now, another thing I found out, apparently there is a uncensored version of this. It was leaked and quickly removed by, like, an official, like an official company or employee or whatever, but it was briefly leaked. But apparently there was a full-blown scene of this, and it's going to be in the uncut version, aka the Blu-rays. And I think that, overall, that's a good thing. I mean, once again, I think there should be an incentive for, buying Blu-rays. I mean, I think that's one of the big reasons why people bought, like, Gushing Over Magical Girls as of late, is because, it's a series that's very fan service heavy, has a lot of content that could, be censored, uncensored, etc. And so buying the Blu-ray makes a lot of sense for people. So, in this exact same circumstance, I feel like people buying the Blu-ray for the uncensored content, yeah, just maybe for a 10-second frame is kind of like, why? But at the same time, I could respect it. Buying a series that's willing to go all the way and show everything and all that, I think that's completely fair. I think it's fine for people wanting to buy an uncut BD or Blu-ray release for the series if it has stuff like this. But, yeah, legitimately, this type of stuff really blew my mind. I saw so much reaction from this yesterday. Like, it was legitimately trending almost all day yesterday, people discussing this. And once again, I want to clarify, I don't follow this series. I know next to nothing about it, and I saw it all over my feed. And I'm just like, if I'm seeing this type of stuff, it's very clear there is definitely a lot of people talking about it. I mean, it's pretty funny, honestly. I can't believe the reaction to such a scene like this. It's so good, man. I mean, I'm feasting, bro. I'm feasting. I'm probably going to put this as a thumbnail. I can't wait to see how many people get upset about it. Can't wait for Twitter to potentially cancel me because, I'm saying this is fine. I can't wait. It's going to be funny. But anyways, I want to talk about that. Yeah, Blue Archive staying, base, staying 10 out of 10. I definitely support this. More anime needs to do this. More anime needs to gatekeep their series more, and I feel like this actively showcases who actually watches the show and doesn't, because the ratings do not lie. Numbers and stats do not lie, and when you have stats like this, it proves it enough that, yeah, the actual fans really are enjoying it. So, yeah. I'll leave it at that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for potentially Yoshi no Ko. Be safe. Chibi out.